Hey folks, Tip here, Stupid Gardener. Compost happens, pot 16 coming up. Stay tuned. Well, okay, here are our three compost bins. And this first one here is the one that I've been working on the whole spring and summertime, filling up. And I've been taking compost out of here, and all this has been going into our raised garden bed that we have been building. And as you can see, I'm pretty much down to the bottom there. And this other one here is the compost bin that I started when I was taking my garden down. And so there's a lot of greens on the bottom, a lot of grass clippings, and I got browns on the top here. And this bin right here is one that I just kind of started today. I've been getting a lot of leaves out in the yard here, and been getting them up with my John Deere tractor, and I've been dumping them in here. So this is all browns, a few greens, really not that much though, it's all browns. So what we're going to go over is how we're going to get this temperature up in these compost bins throughout the winter. I checked the temperature this morning, and it's a little bit under 100 degrees, so we really need to get this thing up to 130, 135 or so during the winter time to really get this thing working. Now I just filled this to the top last week, and so about 100 degrees, that's not bad, but I really need to get this up. So we're going to be going over the things that we need to be doing with the browns and the nitrogen to get the temperature up. This is the best way to get your leaves off your lawn, is to use your lawnmower. I hate raking leaves, and I found this is the best way to get them up and get them into my compost pile. Okay, since I was a kid, I've always hated raking leaves and bagging them. So I'm very happy that I have this John Deere tractor, and I'm able to just suck the leaves up and do it that way rather than bagging the leaves. And they're going right in the compost, so it's a great way to make soil. And one good thing about mulching them with your lawnmower or your tractor is that it really works on breaking them up. Now, all of them don't get broken down, but it does really help when it shreds them down like that, because they're going to break down faster in your compost. So that's a good thing. So as we go into the fall and in the winter time, we're going to have a lot more browns or carbon rather than the nitrogen or greens. And the browns being, there's going to be a lot of leaves, and you need to have the nitrogen or the greens to break down the browns, so they break down together. So you want to try and keep a balance of that in your compost pile. Now here in North Carolina, I can get browns all throughout the fall and the winter time with all the leaves that are falling. A lot of the leaves on the trees haven't even started to fall yet, and I've already got a bunch, and I'll have a bunch more. As far as greens, I'll be able to get a lot of grass clippings because this is the south, and my lawn's going to keep growing, so I will be able to get some greens in there too. And that's really what the compost is going to be starving for, is the greens, because that's going to get your heat up. But other things that you can put into your compost pile that'll help it break down as far as greens against the carbon and the browns is just kitchen scraps. Everybody has kitchen scraps. There's no sense in taking your kitchen scraps and throwing them away in the trash or put them down the garbage disposal. It makes no sense. It doesn't matter what size garden you have. Even if you're just planting flowers, get a compost pile let this stuff break down. It's a perfect thing that you can feed your plants in your garden. And I can't impress upon that enough that that's really what we should be doing with all this, instead of just throwing it into some landfill somewhere. So here I got my, my greens would be my banana peels, and also we eat a lot of fruit, so I have a lot of apple peels, and we eat a lot of tomatoes and cucumbers. We eat a lot of salad. So I always have a whole bunch of greens to be putting in to the compost. Very important to get those into your compost in the wintertime, in the fall, so it's going to react to those browns, because you want to keep that balance. And also, I put a lot of shredded paper in there. This stuff breaks down very quickly, and this is considered a brown, and this is good to put in the summertime when you have a lot of nitrogen, a lot of greens, because that'll control the temperature of your compost. The browns are going to keep the temperature down. The greens are going to start to heat up and break down, and it's going to get your temperature up. And like I said before, I really need to be up around 130, 135 degrees at least to really get this compost working. And the end result is this great screen compost that I have right here. This is going to be feeding all our plants, all our flowers out front, and especially our raised garden bed. And another important thing that you want to remember is to keep turning your compost. Because once you put those greens in there along with the browns, they're going to be reacting to each other, and you want to keep flipping that so it all gets dispersed, because you may have a lot of greens on top, a lot of browns on the bottom, or vice versa. You want to get them all mixed up together. So it's important to keep turning your compost all through the fall and all through the winter time, and that's going to get the air in there and just get that airflow going in there, and that'll start breaking things down for you. So it's very important, and need to get a temperature gauge and keep checking the temperature of that compost, because that's going to tell you when you need to turn it. Like I said, that compost pile I have in the middle there is about 100 degrees, so I really need to turn that, because there's greens on the bottom, browns on the top, so I want to mix that all together. So once I get this first bin here all screened out and it's empty, I'm going to take what's in the middle there of that compost pile and turn it into that one there, and really get it working. And I'm going to get as much kitchen scraps in there as I can, enough coffee grounds, shredded paper, and everything, and just keep turning that and getting that heat up, because by the springtime I want to have some nice beautiful black gold compost that I can top off all my beds out here. And I'm building 4 or 5 new beds, so I'm going to need a lot next year. I seem to run out every year, but you just got to keep doing it, and just be diligent, and filling your compost, turning it, adding to it over and over again. So that's something that everyone can work on, because usually in the wintertime you kind of slow down with things in the yard and everything. So that's just something else that that I can start working on for next spring when we start planting again. So I guess I'll sign off from here. I want to thank everyone for watching. If you are not a subscriber, please do. If you got any comments, put them down below. If you like the video, hit the like button. If you want to share this video, please do. I'd like to get some more subscribers to this channel. We're getting a lot of views so far, but again, I want to thank everyone for watching. This is Tip from the Stupid Gardener. Everyone take care. God bless everybody.